Alright, so people be dumb enough to give Blank Media Games their money, even today, knowing everything they know. And this video isn't really about negging Blank Media Games or Town of Salem or whatever, but I just have to start off because the whole premise of this video is based around this concept of these card games that they keep releasing that are based on other people's card games and so on and so forth. So I kind of have to start from that position of talking about Town of Salem and Blank Media, because that's the catalyst for this video. As you can see, the second, I guess, card game ripped off from someone else's card game funded $37,709, thrown away down the toilet by people who don't fucking learn. I mean, you know, I have to digress. I have to pull myself away from this topic because it's really not about Blank Media Games. It's not about Town of Salem. This is about how you, watching this, can make your own game exactly like this for just a few bucks. And I'm talking about printed and shipped to you. You know, people may think, oh, you have to find a printer to make up a card deck for you. Oh, you have to find, you know, some kind of deal with a printing company where they'll give you a break, you know, for wholesale and, you know, bulk or something like that. But no, you don't have to do that. You can make your own Town of Salem card game, your own Mafia Werewolf card game, your own Camp Cadaver or Throne of Lies style card game. You can make a game like any of these games if you want a physical card in your hand to play, you know, with a deck with friends. Now, you know, these games are all based and all sourced from Mafia and Werewolf, open source games. And this Savior of Salem is based on a game called Munchkin. It's a pre-existing game that they ripped off and, you know, changed to make it, you know, seem like it's their own thing. You know, so anybody can make a game based on those open source games. So really, there's nothing stopping you from going and just printing off your own deck and having it on hand the way you want it. You know, make it yourself. Now, the way I'm going to show you a specific way to do it that's very cheap and very easy. But of course, it's not going to have the artwork. That's the only thing that something like this has over printing your own set. Is it has the artwork. Now, I would contend that while this artwork is really cool, and I like the style, it's sort of like an old pen and ink, like medieval sort of style almost, but like in a modern format, I guess. I like the art style, but this art style, you know, the artwork on this isn't exactly like a make or break thing. You're not getting like a fantastic, you know, wonderful, like, painting of, like, you know, some realistic, you know, awesome image like you would see on a Magic the Gathering card or something like that. So, I mean, you know, yeah, you're not going to get the artwork if you print your own deck this way, but really, is that a deal breaker? And if so, you could just draw your own characters on your cards when you get them printed. You know, you get your cards printed and sent to you, and you could either draw on what you want, or you could even, you know, print or paste on, you know, pictures onto your cards. But yeah, so enough of this bullshit, enough about Town of Salem's crap, and let's just show you exactly how you can print your own card deck for a Mafia or Werewolf game pretty cheaply. And yeah. So here we are at cardcastgame.com. Cardcastgame.com is a place where you can make your own Cards Against Humanity decks. Alright, now stay with me here. You make your own Cards Against Humanity decks, and they can be used. I'll show you one of my decks here. They can be used in online versions of Cards Against Humanity. You use this play code right here that I'm selecting, and you can use your custom deck in the online versions of Cards Against Humanity. That's what it's for. And to show you how easy it is to make things here, I'm just going to write a response here. These on the left are black cards. On the right are white cards, okay? So I'm just going to put beating a toddler with a broom. We'll just press enter. But yeah, the thing is now, beating a toddler with a broom is now a card in the possible white cards. It's that simple. Okay? Now, when I go to view this deck, you see right here is the view thing. When I go to view this, up here you can order the cards printed. You can order the cards that you've written out and have them sent to you. Yeah, so you can order the cards, you can have them sent to you. Now, why is this $154.99? It's because I have over 2,000 cards in the deck. So they'd be sending me 2,000 cards for $154. But yeah, so what you would want to do is you'd want to go, you'd sign up for the site. Of course, you can sign in using like Facebook or whatever the fuck you want to do, create an account. You just go and create a new deck. Let's call this Town of Salem. And there you go, you create it. Alright, so now we've created a deck called Town of Salem. Now, on the left, as I said, are the black cards. Those are the cards that, you know, give the question. Alright? We're not going to make any black cards. Don't make black cards. Okay? All we need are the white cards, because, you know, that might sound racist, but all we need are the white cards, and we're going to put something like, you are the veteran. Go on alert up to 3 nights. 2 nights, goddammit, 3 nights. And kill all who visit you. There we go. That's the veteran card that someone might draw in your tabletop game using this deck. You are the vigilante. Select someone each night to kill them up to 3 times. You know, you could just phrase it however you want. I'm writing this on the fly. You are the mayor. Reveal your card, and your vote will count 3 times. You know, simple. We've written these up, and they're very simple. They're just describing the roles that you would have in Throne of Lies, in Town of Salem. Okay? Now, the reason I say Throne of Lies is you can also do stuff like, you are the king, and you can write out certain things like that. You could do Camp Cadaver, you are the final girl. You could do that. You can make up your own thing. You are the astronaut. If I could spell it right. Astronaut. Select yourself at night to blast off into space. I mean, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, make up your own shit. I'm going to delete that because that's stupid. But, you know, again, once you write up every role you want in your game, mayor, vigilante, veteran, godfather, mafioso, disguiser, you know, whatever else you want to write up here. You just go to view, and as you can see, for 3 cards, it's $7. But you know, when you write a certain amount of cards, like let's see, I'm going to go to one of my smaller decks here. Dungeons and Dicks is one of my cards. This is like Cards Against Humanity, but with all like fantasy and like Dungeons and Dragons type references. This has 45 cards. 45 cards is $10.99. So as you can see, you know, the more you write, you know, the better the price gets for what you're doing. You can write 45 roles for your game, 45 cards with roles for your game, and it'll be $10.99. Isn't that a much better deal than buying Town of Salem's stupid fucking card games? And not only supporting corrupt developers who scam Kickstarter and don't fulfill rewards and what do you call them, stretch goals that they've promised to fulfill. Not only do they scam Kickstarter, but they're also just fucking liars, and they're, you know, covering things with ads, they're covering things with transactions and so on and so forth. Why support that when you can make your own goddamn game and it can be anything you want? You know, if you have something you don't like about the way a role works on Town of Salem, just write your own card the way you want it to work. And, you know, the rules for Mafia, the rules for Werewolf, you know, are available on the online, public domain. So you can just, you know, go by those rules of, you know, day and night and trial period and so on and so forth, and just have everybody draw a card for what their role is and, you know, who they are. It's very simple. And, you know, I don't see why you would ever want to buy basically any card deck like this. You know, why would you ever buy any card deck from any provider that is a Mafia or Werewolf type game when you can write your own? I'm just gonna write a few more here. You are the You are the... You are the cat. You are blah, blah, blah. You are blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm just going to fill this with like 10 cards. We're going to look at this. 10 cards, still $6.99. That's like the base price. Let's say you were willing to pay $150, okay? If you were willing to pay $150 for some reason, you could have a deck with over 2,000 rolls in it if you could write them. I mean, that's bigger than Epic Mafia, and Epic Mafia is huge. But, you know, and you could also do this in other ways, too. You know, maybe you want to write some black cards. Maybe you want to make Super Fight. Do you remember Super Fight? I have a Super Fight deck here. All the black cards are settings, like in a toy store, during a parade, in a deep, dank cave in Soviet Russia. And all the cards, the white cards, are people and superpowers and weaknesses and different things like that. Tommy Wiseau, getting captured by Lilliputians, you know, getting ulted by Anna, being half stuck in a garbage can. Rick Deckard, you know, different things like that. You can make Super Fight and print off your own deck. And, you know, I have a lot of the same, you know, you could just get rid of all the black cards and just have the white cards. You don't really need the black cards. But, you know, it's just like, you could pretty much do anything you want with this and get your cards printed and sent to you. Kitty, you got to stop screaming at me. All right, Kitty wants to eat. Kitty wants food. Kitty wants me to shut up. So that means that the video must end because what Kitty says goes. But yeah, remember, cardcastgame.com. I would severely, severely ask you to just go there and print off your own cards and not, you know, support people who are just making their own decks, you know, ripping off other people's decks and other people's games. Especially, you know, people who are bilking their customers. And yeah, I guess I should just follow this by saying that all the YouTubers and streamers who play Town of Salem are aware of the fact that their viewers are being scammed by Blank Media Games, but they don't care because, you know, money.